As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be,
Government, whatever.
Street Report is here to make sense of it all. Street Report is causing social change across your streets,
Ada pati hindi BAB na
in your community.
high better
Street Report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanishku, number the force every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Apple Radio 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Emas in the corner 24/7, 24/7.
Hi, I am Martin Ifanishku. Say my name to define mass media, and it is defined. I am Martin, journalist to the core, a broadcaster, if you will. I am Martin, the film director. I am Martin, producer. CKC call me metal or mobile piggy. Osuma call me metal. For no me as the lyrical killer who calls me Papua. Whenever I look at the sky from here, I thank the Most High for His good.
My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Manuel Ndoku Zana Baklino Gidin. Keep listening to Street Report with Martin on Ebon Radio 103.5 FM Ogidi.
Yes, guys, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share, right? Hit the subscribe button right here. Remember to check out my book on Amazon.com, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifanch. Thank you. Stick around, Let's enjoy this. It's about time. It's about to go down right now. Nebon at the 103.5 FM. It is that time when we get to play the role of ombudsmanship, a situation whereby we'll bring both the people and the government on the same table to begin to address our challenges. But you know that a state like Lagos will never, underestimate the media or the journalists, because they know how much the media and the journalists contribute to the development of that state. A testimony to that is the fact that, the current president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was once the governor of Lagos State, and in the process, TVC is owned by the individual. So a lot of things it shows that they appreciate the media. Yes, Lagos State knows how much the media is contributing to tourism, entertainment, and every other thing, They generate a lot of money through this means. Now, so why is it that Southeast is not paying attention to the media or the journalists as much as they are supposed to be doing it? On some of the editions of Street Report on Ebon at the 103.5 FM, we've delved into this issue from time to time, talking about the fact that the journalist is underestimated, the journalist is disrespected, not just underestimate is it's not the right word. The right word there is disrespected, because I have proof to everything I'm saying right about now. And it seems as if the Igbo person hates the journalist with passion. And that shows that we have drifted away from the ways of our fathers. I will take it back to our forefathers, explaining, the way they appreciated town criers. I'll also bring it to the founding fathers of Nigeria as a country. I'm talking about Nnamdi Azikiwe. I'm talking about Awolowo and Nnamdi Azikiwe, what he did with the media, how he actualized, that independence with all his contemporaries, with the media, with introduction of newspaper. A lot of things to talk about. Good evening and welcome to this awesome, wonderful, spirit and knowledge-filled edition of a Street Report on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifan Shuku AKZ as our number the first, the one that I call Metal. Yes, the question now is, are we interested in the development of Anambra State? Are we interested in the development of the Southeast? Then the media must be supported. That's the fact. The journalists must be supported because of the role they must play in this development that we're talking about. There's no way you talk about journalism in Nigeria today without including the name of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. And in that way, when you're talking about, the movement, the journey towards, the independence, then you must include what he did with the media, what he did with newspapers. In his fight, he took that intellectual fight to the colonial masters. Now, Awolowo also demonstrated, the same thing in, developing the media in the Southwest. And I believe that also helped, the Yoruba person to be so grounded in the media today. The inception of Iwe Iroyin newspaper is also part of the entire thing. And you cannot forget, the contributions of Herbert Macaulay as well. So Iwe Iroyin as the first newspaper in Nigeria, have that influence on them as the Yoruba people to understand the media better than any other person in Nigeria. The way I'm looking at it from my own perspective, because of how much of the infrastructures they own themselves. That's the thing. But you can't take away the understanding of the media from another tribe that is always, holding on to their radio. They know how much information is, how much of, the power of information. That's why they are holding on to it like that. Now, when we begin to talk about the Igbo person, his own, perception of what the media is all about, his perception of, the purpose of the journalist, what the purpose the journalist is supposed to serve. The stories we will tell of late is, it's not a good story. It's going to be sad. Because ignorance is shown in the way the media personnel are disrespected. It's very hard to get interview in this part of the world. It's very hard to even seek for adverts. Unlike, just the people I mentioned now, they know the power of adverts. How can you set up a business without telling people where they can find you, where the business is? So that's the understanding over there. But the understanding here is that it's okay, just do it. Customer come, I get them, it's enough for the person. Yes, the truth must be told, and that's why Ozemenan Sube said Igbo, Shabapa power. And when he said that, some people thought he was talking about power of the gun. But what is power? Knowledge is power. Information is power. The media that handles this information is that power. This and more will be the cause of our discussion on this particular edition of Street Report on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I remain the one and only Martin Ifanchuku, aka Ezanumba the Force. Check out my book on Amazon.com, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture. Some of the things that we're talking about here is also, discussed there in that book. So we pay attention to all of this. Information is power, knowledge is power, and we must not run away from knowledge. Check out this one, it's coming from Luciano. It is called Johnny. And right after this, I'll be back. We'll discuss more on this. Stick around with me on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Though the journey seems so long, we know this battle must be won. And though sometimes they think us wrong, but faith in love will be strong. Oh, when the saints go marching in, brother and my Jesus will be there. Pursue the road with God of the Father. And I know the time is near. Just ask God to prepare a place wherever He is that we may be. Don't we live our life for Him? Then I know He'll let us see. Though the journey seems so long, we know this battle must be won. And though they see that that's so wrong, my faith we know will be strong. On the shadows of the way, and time will be no more. There'll be no problems in no life. Cause I know that will make things right, yeah. And make the blind can see, oh. And we should find the salvation free. And if the devil heals, then he will find true liberty. Though the journey seems so long, we know this battle must be won. And though they treated us so wrong, with God's faith, we will be strong. Oh, when the saints go marching, brothers and sisters will be there. Oh, yeah. It's soon the road will call up and those who are worthy will hear. Yes, though a lot of people will not see the need for the media, a lot of people will not see the need for the journalists. It's not like the people who are practicing now cannot do any other thing, but the truth is that there is something that we must do for our society, and that's what most understand about it, and that's the passion you see. And though the journey is long, we must get through it. We must conquer at the end of the day. We didn't start it to play around. Some people have been here before us and was doing it before now. And we will speak with one mind today, talking about the challenges of the journalists in Anambra State, the southeast, overlooking the kind of development we are supposed to bring on board. This is done by both the people and the government, according to the people who have done this before we got here. Now, the truth must be told. When Ozo Emenasugbe said Igbo Choba power, some people thought we were talking about gun. But Ozemena was talking about knowledge, because knowledge is power. He's talking about information, because information is power. The media that handles this information, that's what some other tribes understand that we do not. Now, I remain Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze Ezanumba the Force, the one that I call Metal, and this is how I welcome you back to Street Report on Eponade 103.5 FM. Now, in case you think I'm making all of this up, here is a story. In Anambra, NUJ decries journalist maltreatment, seeks government intervention. Now, this is how the story goes. The Nigerian Union of Journalists, Anambra State Council, has condemned alleged maltreatment of members by some government and security officials in the state. The union, while urging Governor Soludo to intervene and forestall the anomalies, equally urged the government to expedite action towards resolving menace of indiscriminate dumping of waste. NUJ disclosed that this in a communique issued at the end of its August Congress held at the Council Secretariat in Oka, Anambra State capital. Part of the communique read, the Congress regretted the disrespectful treatment of members by some state government officials, either directly or through their aides and security details, thereby obstructing them from going about their constitutional duties. It called for the restraint on the part of the concerned officials for a better working relationship between the government and media practitioners, stating that the union will no longer accept such undignified treatment. It is the responsibility of the media to work with the government in development and all of that. Yes, in trying to show more light to the development itself. A lot of things that the media is supposed to collaborate with the government, but here is always a hostile situation, not just from the government itself. Even the people are also very hostile towards the journalists, and I'll prove all of that. It is quite different in those places where you go to and you see people holding on to their radio. It is quite different in like the way it is done in this part of the world. It is different. And now, if you begin to compare it with, our Yoruba brothers, the way they embrace the media, you will see that, it is quite different the way it is done here. I can't remember the way them disrespecting the journalists because they know the need for the journalists. Though, even at that level, the political class sometimes will get to insult the journalists from time to time too. But it is different here. It is more hostile around here. Now, a lot of media practitioners who practice or who are like the ones practicing in Anambra are not happy. That's the truth. Then the ones who practiced before we got here are not also happy too, because this is not what they set out for in the first place. And this unhappiness is, directed both towards is directed towards the people and the government as well. The government is supposed to understand how they are supposed to collaborate with the media. It is not a fighting, it is not, we are not quarreling in any way. The media is there to partner with the government. So there is no hostility that is supposed to come out from that. It is just, a mutual understanding that we are supposed to have on a very good day. Now, it is very difficult for, the typical Igbo people to understand the purpose of advert on our fialo, my people, to convince an Igbo person, you have place advert on our Facebook talo, because he don't see the need in the first place. But to look at companies, any company that is operating very well, they know how much they budget for media. They know how much they budget for media because they know how much they budget for adverts because they know the need for that. It is needed. It cannot be overlooked. Yes, I have a report on this, and in a jiffy you take a listen to it. But I want to say that you could check out my book on Amazon.com, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, by yours faithfully, Martin Ifeanyi Quick. Type it, just search on Amazon.com, you see the book. Check it out. It is for our sakes. And we are talking about this there too. So pay attention to it. There is need to all of this. Now, let me get you to take a listen to this report. Take a listen to this report and I'll be right back.
Governor soludo have been called upon to assist journalists, media practitioners to improve the state of the average journalist in Anambra State. The call was made during the Modern Sunday celebration by a former broadcaster who spent her service years in Anambra State. She's called Anambra State very low in the way they interact with the average journalist.
They don't relate well with the journalists in Anambra State. If you say a truth, you will be in trouble. They are telling us that we have freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that, but it is not like that. Yes.
So the antagonism, is it coming from the people or from the government or from both sides?
From both sides.
Both the people and the government.
Yes.
The retired broadcaster who was contemporaries with the likes of Patrick Ikedibe and Uche Obitube declared Anambra State a hostile environment for the average journalist who wants to take the path of the truth.
From our heads or Minister for Information, then down to the governor, because the Minister of Information will give reports to the governor. And maybe after reporting to the governor, maybe the governor will not make use of it to react. Yes. They all have something to do about it, so that everything will
come back.
Because it is how they want it that people do. Yes, that's the way they want it. Because if it is not the way they want it, they would have been doing it as we did it before.
This is Nkiru Chukwudi Amuta from Alo, who served from radio and television to Ministry of Information and Agriculture, lamented about the challenges a journalist is confronted with in Anambra State as she blamed it on past administrations. In Anambra, it is a fact that a society that fails to acknowledge the role of the media in its development will have itself to blame. That's why she called on the government of Professor Chukwuma Soludo to help media practitioners to restore the glory of the profession.
The people in power will help us. They will help us. They will protect our interests in everything. For instance, as we have worked, there are many hazards in this work. For instance, I have met with robots, and then all sorts of things.
It's a tough job.
Yes,
it's very tough.
Very, very tough one that needs that when you finish your days of service. That is it. they will give you your benefits.
Okay.
But this one, we are still begging.
Okay.
We are still begging,
Okay.
and our money is there.
However, she lamented on the decadence of professionalism with the disappearance of the ethics of the job.
Compared, that is when you rate this present one to the olden ones.
Yes.
For instance, censorship of this like type of music to be played, or the type of film to show
To be aired.
to be aired. When you, that is, they don't censor anything again.
Okay.
Anything goes.
Okay.
Everything goes. Yes.
So
And another one. It is all, everything now is about filming program.
yes,
Filming program.
all that.
Filming program. Filming program.
No local content.
Yes, nothing. They don't even know how to go to the library and compile their music or compile something or write their scripts.
Yes. From Alo, Martin Epan Chuku Efeisi reporting.
So there you have it. You see, I'm not the only media practitioner that is saying that. A retired person now is also saying the same thing. And it's been like that for a long time. Now, our forefathers understand the benefits of the media. That, like in their old days, like all of these inventions, the technology is not there. But there is one person called Town Crier. They understand that this man is the embodiment of information, and they respect the man so much. What happened? What is happening today? Why is it that the attention is not being paid to the modern Town Crier? Knowledge is very much important, and that's why, you know, two soldiers confronted Chinua Achebe. Like, not that they went looking for him in his office at the time, you know, during that period when the war was raging back in the days, like 1967, I think. You know, they went to his office looking for him. He was not in the office at the time, but they came in and they said, we are looking for Chinua Achebe. Why are you looking for him? They said they want to compare their gun with his pen. You know, they say that his pen have power. There is power in his pen, so they want to compare. They will bring their gun and he will bring his pen. Thank God he was not in the office as at the time. But for them to move on, like coming to his office to demand that we want to compare our gun and your pen, it shows that they acknowledge that that pen is powerful. The pen of the journalist is supposed to be serving our society, you know, a purpose today. Are we, you know, utilizing that, you know, that service today in our society, in Anambra State? That's the question. What must be done so that this will get better? Because it is meant for the development of our people as well. The media is supposed to play a big role in the development of our state. One more proof before I'll get you to, you know, before I allow you to come in now and tell us what you think of all of this. Soludo moves to sack 100 journalists, close government newspaper. This is a report. Over 100 journalists and other media workers in Anambra State may soon lose their job if the governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, considers the ongoing plans to close down the state-owned National Light newspaper, the print medium, which has staff, reporters, desk office, the drivers, strangers, cleaners, correspondents, and others operating in Anambra and most parts of Nigeria is also facing challenges of poor equipment, which sometimes forces them to print from private institutions. Yeah, his staff the newspaper was why the press secretary to the governor, Mr. Christian Abudime, allegedly told him to return home as his service were no longer needed in the press crew. But the Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Nwosu, while confirming the move in a statement Monday, stated that Anambra State Executive Council would make public their decision regarding the closure of the medium after considering the issue. It's not like it is done, but the fact that it is being they are putting it into consideration is the reason why I'm also asking this is not the first time it is being done in Anambra, a situation whereby we're losing institutions, media institutions. Like, okay, for example, one used to be in the place where you have a supermarket now in Onitsha. A media house used to be there, and the question is, the governor that closed down that media house to establish supermarket is the one vying for the presidential ticket, like he's the one representing Labour Party. He was the presidential candidate of the Labour Party during the election. I'm talking about Mr. P2B himself. It was during his administration that media house was they brought it to they enclosed it and then brought about the supermarkets today. So while he was going after his mandate, the way I was asking myself the question, what can this supermarket do for you now? That's the question. Let us look across and see how other places, how media houses is taken serious, like the way everything is going on around there. Most of those media houses are still here today. The old ones that you can find in the southwest are still here, no closing down. I guess the people want to talk about this. What do you have to say about this? The numbers you will call and then you become part of the conversation remains 070-3445-9334 or 070-42210. Yes, let's hear from you right about now. Hello. Oh, okay. Please call back once again. 070-3445-9334. Let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, my brother. Keki man. No. From where? Onitsha. Okay. Okay. Please go on now, sir. Yes.
Issue that I think you don't want to forget that some journalists or something like that. That is happening everywhere in Nigeria.
Okay.
Not only in Anambra. If you are saying that maybe Anambra, then you use Anambra because you use Anambra as the case study.
Yes.
Yes. You say that Anambra is not, and I want to challenge those journalists to tell me how many journalists that were killed in Anambra State in Nigeria.
No, we are not talking about, we are not even talking about killing now. Okay, continue, no problem, continue.
If you recognize me, as you cannot kill me. So, listen to me. Let them tell me how many journalists that were killed in Anambra State or Igbo land, and how many journalists that were killed in Lagos, in Abuja, or in the north. So, if they can tell me how many journalists that were killed here, that is number one.
Okay.
I think in another state, if you only in Igbo land, you will see radio, open radio like people will be calling. You don't see it anywhere in another state. Mostly in Lagos State, they cannot see it.
You say you can't see it in Lagos?
I'm coming.
Right.
People are seeing this paper in Lagos.
Okay.
Reading from maybe online. You only know that people is calling like in Lagos State.
No, you are wrong. No, in what you just said, you are wrong. But continue. When you are done, let me know. Okay.
Before you hear like 7 voices, you get people like 4 or 5 days. So that people will know what is going on. At the end, Anambra State, we are calling from every radio station. At the end, so many people calling. It doesn't happen like that in other places. But it is said, because if you will do that, somewhere, because you talk of Nigeria,
Yes.
And the other man,
Yes. Chinua Achebe, not Chimamanda. Chinua Achebe, yeah.
That's what
Okay.
yes. When you talk about when we talk about
Mm-hmm.
then after that time, there's lack of listen to radio or journalism in Quran. But this time around, people carefully in listening to journalism. In fact, in southern Nigeria, only Lagos has removed. Only anambrastate. No state have more than state or more than anambrastate.
Okay.
And get back to me.
Okay. Now look at it. Let me rate it. Yes. Okay. So okay. Now let me ask a question. Like you asked, the first thing you said, they should tell you about how many people who were killed as journalists in this part of the world. But without killing self, a journalist could be disrespected, or you could be prevented from doing his job. You know that, right?
And that one happened everywhere in Nigeria.
Yes. So we are trying to explain it to you how difficult it is for you to even ask. I'm coming. You just talked about Lagos now. We are not just talking about calling in, phoning. If you listen to the report I gave you, you will hear where she complained about phoning program all the time. There are some things that needs to get to the streets. Talking to the people in the streets. How many of our people are willing to talk to the journalists free-hearted like that? So that's the thing. Not just calling on phone like this. I can remember when I was talking about a particular issue. Somebody called in from Aguleri talking about, okay, no, this is not right and all of that. How much do we want to sacrifice to get the right information to the people? The person said, yes, I was going to come around and all of that, but the person cannot sacrifice what the journalist is sacrificing. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So at the end of the day, where is the person today? So that's what we are trying to explain. That there is hostility from the people. There is also hostility from the government. That's what she's saying. And now you rated Anambra, yes, that you removed Lagos. Do you know how many states that have TV stations? And like in Anambra, how many private-owned TV stations do you know?
Do you know how the one that is there in Anambra said, do you know how
how what?
Do you know how
so what I'm trying to explain in essence is that it is not the way that, like, this is not the way it should be. It should be better than this. That's what we are trying to explain. But we'll talk about that. We'll allow others to come in. We will allow others to come in. When you come back, we'll continue the conversation. This one is more hostile. That's what we are trying to explain. But thank you so much for joining us, my brother. When you call back, we'll continue. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by dialing 07034 459334 or 07045592210. Here in a facts, on the field, and that's what she's trying to explain. You have to go now the report that you just took a listen to. That report itself, that the environment is hostile and they need something about it. What are we supposed to do about it? 07034 459334 or 07045592210. Yes, let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name and location, please. Tell your name and location. One oh, I be any nine. If we are hotel the situation, to see on a very good day. Then we'll hotel. Oh, I be penny na high. Not road to see day. I need with different thing now. If we're going to make it up, so that's exactly what we are trying to say. 07034 459334 or 07045 592210. Hello. Yes, good evening.
My name is Peach.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm from Imo State, but I am in Anambra State.
Okay.
Now.
Where exactly in Anambra are you?
27
Okay. This is not, we are not doing this. Yes, this is the program where you will call will be in the evening, you know.
I know, I hear the program on the TV.
Okay, so what do you need now?
And I have problem. That's why that I collected your number.
That's what I'm saying. The program where you will call is not on now. There is a program designed for what you are talking about now, you know. So that is a different thing. Call in when the program comes on air. You understand? Oh, I be now. You have to go na here. The journalist is not observed or respected the way he is supposed to be. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Yes, your name and location, please.
Calling from Delta.
Okay, Delta, please put off your radio set. Where exactly in Delta? Have you put off your radio set, please? Okay, I said your radio set and you went for your phone. But anyway, call back. We need to hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? 07034459334. Hello.
Yes, I want you to pray for me because of concerning my leg.
Now, okay, I will pray for you, but not exactly. I'm doing a different thing now. You know, this program is not, it is not meant for prayers. It is meant for a different thing. You know, you call for a different time, please. Y'all, let me deal with this. This is what we are doing now, you know? That's the thing, you know? Because now you have understanding of what we are supposed to be doing. I never made the wrong thing at the right time, the right thing at the wrong time, and all of that. Why have you find a 07034459334. Hello.
Hello, Matthew.
Yes, good evening, my brother.
Good evening.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to this more for you.
Oh no.
Yeah, thank you. Matthew, what I want to say is that in South Nigeria,
yes,
we have a little understanding about journalism. And because of that little understanding, when the guy we have a dollar, we got to do a follow to that. I'm not happy at that.
Yes.
What that is, always the guy for the high and the focus in the radio. I'm happy at that. Who do you say I have behind it? And because of that, we have here, and they don't want to put them, we have space to care for. We have a nearly business only. It's to get back even as a business, how will it take for them? We have a book of time that we after having a battle, we have made a person at the end of
yes.
Like you have a you were left for one of the leading journalists in Nigeria. After you journalists, and there are people not support to us. They don't deny their right because they have one. We have a few for example, now where you man the kind of society we have an LA from the end of over the good way with the and the class group. And the people now how to support people. Not when they want the money, I'm not thinking about salary. It's not true. Okay, I can qualify. Okay. So, and this has become a problem. I don't have what I like.
Hello. Oh, okay. Of course, to go, my brother. Yeah, and I shall get continue this conversation. But the thing is, you know, people can appreciate the better media. If you have a problem, a lot of people actually accept not a problem. They lie in the first place. But then when they want not a problem, then that we must solve. So how do we begin to solve this issue? 07034 459334 or 07045 592210. Yes, let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, my brother. Put off your radio, my brother. Put it off. Have you done that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Your name and location, please.
I'm calling from College of Education.
Please go on, sir. Yeah.
Journalism in Africa. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
People in Africa don't understand what journalism is all about. Journalism is all about grassroots information.
Yes.
You make the news understandable. For instance, there is this
Oh, we lost you. My brother, please call back. We need to hear from you. 07034459334 or 07045592210. Yes, remember that you can send SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You become part of the conversation. Let's hear from you right about now. Hello. Yes. Good evening, my sister. Keke, man. We thank God.
Yeah. My God, I knew.
Okay.
So then I should go my house. How many years ago? I'm going to hear radio where I follow. Because I do this far. No one is going to town. Where the young man out of a call. What I do on my kids car. Back I was alone. That's why they need a lot of things all now. Because I go.
Yes.
Okay. Like one day, one night, one people to the house, yes, but my case. It's all it's a good time. I'm all.
Yes.
I'm water. I'm motor. I'm all mechanic. What I do is
Yes.
the information matters a lot. What I do on apply a lot of things. When I check again, I get it. What I do. Some of us will what I say the media.
Okay.
What does not limit them. You need to do what they are not. If I enjoy, I can benefit a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah, keep up. You have to fight here where
yes.
So that thing is very important. I was living in a call.
Okay.
Many of us are what I'm not about to lie.
Okay.
So no, I was living.
So and we need kind of we still a lot of people hot up with them more because I need to hot up with more.
I don't need more down. But I just again, I say, I want to get because I go, but I keep on knowing to have it too much.
Yes.
Yes. So I live in I got you, and then I was around.
Dalo, thank you so much. Dalo, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now, I got know from you. Can he hotter ni hine bu? You put up one to accord. Then, can if I can make it to make it better? Let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello, better.
Yes. Good evening, my brother.
Good evening.
No.
Sunday, Aboki from Paul.
Okay, please go on, sir.
Thank you. You are talking about journalism, right?
Yes, I can.
One thing, not if you cook to it's all good. I never have any problem. I got a journalism. Now, Africa, first, will you followed by the Kenya, yeah. Then, man, Asia, the yellow bars now, because I do move here now, Papa journalism will do. But I say, information, it's my information,
Oya menji kwa afa fanabo. Akpọ m afa ndị nka, akpọ ndị nka. Sị na fanabo jie, mana agakwa n'iru still.
Yeah, if you go to other information, because again, I can BBC. In the outer family, I can China. In the outer family, in the outer family. So, people are about go journalism now. Calisia and other districts like Zora Nigeria. Never give up. Can't China anything in Nigeria. Better politicians I don't know how to talk about in the home.
Okay.
So, I now. More Calisia, the outside that is
Southeast.
People, I want, everyone become on many good where time to a light bang in a lion. If you get it, you if I buy into you, may buy it. That's not point now. So, no, if I do the no, I took a half good time, I think in life.
Okay.
Oh, no, you know what to say, man. I did like 10 votes for Ono. It's a radio house that you go to Easter. I've got many radio house. But they
Yes. I hope. Dalo, my brother. Dalo, thank you so much for joining us. I am and that's why we're talking about it, so that we'll get to that level that we need to get to. But even the reason for even the book, on Amazon.com, check it out. Hip hop and Igbo culture. Only you do able hip hop and Igbo culture. Only if I lose, only if I all of a sudden we lost it. You have to go on yours, and we need to talk about it, and we need to get it back. This is information power. 07034 459334 or 072210. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, my brother. Biko Gabaniru O.
The reason the journalist or journalist as public enemy,
okay.
Whereas in advanced society, I know people like that. One will respect that. What kind of people like this?
Then I'll be help out. Particularly,
you see them as the investigative aspect of journalism.
Yes.
Uncover a lot of things.
Yes.
So in our own context, I think personally, what we are journalists,
yes. Yes, yes.
So, yes. Oh, now I put some of the reasons.
Okay.
To ignorance about the duty or the role of journalists
yeah.
society.
Yes.
So, my life, none of the field. Now, that's all I put about the reason.
Yes.
Not only through my advert, or whatever.
Yes, yes.
So many other things.
Yes. Dalo. I gonna need the support of the people, because all sorts of journalists all those logistics just the journalists will always need help from the people as well. No, I behind the car people.
Of course, now a lot of places,
thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us, my brother. Thank you. Yes, all the go-go's are there. We can take a call too, before we begin to call it a day. But I need the kind of this evening. Hello.
Hello,
yes. Okay, welcome back.
Yeah. One of
yes. The people.
We are ambassadors. I
okay. Yes. Okay.
now I'm not called. You're not point now. If you are not, don't know you are not playing. You are not holding you. It's not that this nation on our career around. And all you say people need to be back. How is it so civilized? No one. That's information.
Okay. Man, only say Nyaka, my brother, but in the very much needed because no one may age well or do like all those business and when they messy hand. Okay. Okay. No help. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get you. Well, thank you, Dalo. Thank you so much for joining us again. We are getting to the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Street Reports on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I need yon on Bastalo journalism, Nanambra State, na Southeast, or the Kosi City. We've talked about it, and I put it now Odoro, and something must be done. Go get better. Our people need to understand the role of the journalists in the development of our society. But this is the spot where I will call it a day on this particular edition of Street Report on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way Friday, 4:30. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Immediately after Angelus, 6 o'clock this evening, there will be news. So stick around with Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Till we meet again, I remain Martin, Efine Shuku AKZ. As our number the first, the one that I call Metal. Have a wonderful weekend.
Though the journey seems so long, we know this battle must be won.
Okay, guys. Remember to check out my book on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo call Shobayos Faithfully Martin Fine Quick easy. Check out, hit the subscribe button right here. Thank you so much. You rock. Dalo.
My sisters will be there.